Hello viewers, my name is Kuzana Ivere, the founder and executive president of Premium Business Network International. We were gathered here today at the Odyssey in Kadoma. We had a workshop whereby we deliberated on ways that can liberate people from poverty and abject misery. Our topic was the best ways to financial freedom. We had our guest speaker, Mrs. Gono from the Women's University in Africa, and we also had some wise words from Mr. Denton Mabanga, who happens to be the president of Zimbabwe National Business Council and the Kadoma Economic Development chairperson here. The event was graced by council officials. We had Mrs. Zhou, Director of Finance from the council. We had Mr. Mangwengwende, who happens to be the Director of Central Administration, and Mr. Masembura also attended.
Ndingoita zvekungotengesa chirongwa chikabhatiri basa rangu shairo nderekati toda big place yekutoti nditombe zviripo yandifara ndikutonetsana namaizvo ndafara zvokuti navamangwengwende kuti vandipe pandiri kuda ndimboemploya ndiite zvandoita muuyevo muchindiona ndo basa randinoita kunyanya zvichibatsirwa navamababa.
Indoitwa choices vandiri mai moto ndochengeta mabhuroera plus ndoshanda port control as chairman ndogara paplot number 17 ward 14 ward range. Vanoda mabhuroera vanoda cotton vondiona.
Nana baba ndinoitwa Charles Banda. Fuel, diesel, petrol, telephone, engine industry. So the one was tracker diesel, petrol, was 29.
Indonzi Tinashe, a recent graduate. I'm still looking for something to do, but I aspire to be a farmer.
Ndito Douglas time, ndito mining. Ndakadzisora varizvidzo toita kuglass vatoita mining. Ndishuvirawo kuti ndepurazi kuchekutuku. Ndishuvirawo kuti ndakaitawo mining ndozoonawo finance yekuti ndidevelopawo purazi kwangu.
Makadi vabereki ndetwa Joseph Sibanda chikafaipo flats ndinoshanda navarezvidzo chiita zvemining. Ndashuvira kuzochinja upenyu kubva mune izvozvo.
Akudzai Shemwa maita chiona tiri pagwesha kune mbiri yemari toita zvemining. Ndine mamaini andinawo, ndine bottle store pagweshe, ndinoita zvekantini. Ko zvinondikutarisira kuti tivakewo iri lodge, asi nekuda kweikonomi yedu zvinhu zviri kundidzosera sure. asi ndikawana mari nokurumidza ndinoita neloji paGweshe.
Makadini indoitwa munyali wangu ndobva kwaGweshe. Ndinoita zvokutengesa mabhegi, mamwe ndoita zvokubheka ndega, mamwe ndinoota. Ndinoita zvokutengesa chikafu chakasiyana siyana. Ndinoita futiwo zvefuwo vanenge vazopererwawo vakafambira kwaGweshe vane vachingoti pamaitani ndevemusoro handaona vakawanda muno vakakwaro mungotorawo nhamo.
Makadini vabereki ndinoitwa utidzi ndoita zvokutengesa macosmetics ndakwekwa vakusidzidzawo manyu idea.
Ndinoitawo nezvemining takadzidziswawo nezvito asi ndine shure kuti ndishinge ndaonawo mari nekuitawo zvekuti zvinochengetawo kudze kupfuwa mukati meguta reChegutu.
Musoro yabereki ndinoitwa Lloyd Mati ndoita zvemining ndakadzidziswa naRuzito kuguta reChegutu ine plaza ainokuno zvakazoo zviri nayo enda zvekosha.
Makadini vabereki ndinoitwa kuExeter Chemical ndoita zvemining ndatsiona Ruzito ndogara kuChegutu over 23 years ndoita kuitawo mari ndoitawo production.
The president of Zimbabwe, the Muslim Miners Association, and also the legislation for health, miners and environment. And also to test mercury intoxication. Who are more about the matter. And one mercury from Shell Survivor. So I got my test, I got up Yemen. I got my improvement. Kuone kuti tikapase saka madzawo ari kuya kuzoswa kwetinei asi preliminary result is now vanhu vakakwana nemercury saka thereafter tichaita program yetiitwe dhoka theya program national program ndatendazvo
nonzi kuda vashimafuzima
ndoti ewe vanoremekedza tsikwa nemakuru chaivo chaivo andikubaradza makuti vavo
Alright, machita henyu zvandanga ndasimuka regai ndizvointroduce. My name is Muzvidziwa D. Ndiri assistant DA office kwa-district administrator veSanyati district. Ndova ndakamirira muzuva ranhasi. But inini on individual I'm also a farmer. Ndinorima ndiri kusabhona-bhona kana kune vanoda mabhatanats tinotengesa zvikare. Also I recently acquired a 25-acre plot. Ndinotarisira kuti ndichandofama full time.
Makasimbira vabereki. Zita rangu ndinoitwa Kumbira Iterera. Ndauyawo from Harare. Ndishanda ndiri kuWomen's University in Africa. Ndafamba ndiri pasi pemukuru wangu vachazenge vachitaura pamberi apo. Thank you very much.
Chilangwa changu ndiri project yangu nditended kuexample ndinozvawo benchmark what saka ndaichida kuita good training so far ndiri kuita
mangwanani vabereki mavadii zita rangu ndinoitwa Frank Market from the Zimbabwe Revenue Authority Pakadoma office. Ndiri kuona muno mune small and medium business enterprises. Tiri kuti ukangova ne 30 days uri mubusiness, mutemo wenyika unoti uyawo uwane chidimbu chaunogurira nyika kuti batsire kusimudzira nyika yedu. Saka tinofara zvikuru kuti imi muri kutaura kuti tiri mumabhizinesi ndanzwa akazhinji mining uko kune vamwe vanoita zvinhu zvakadero svikai kuofisi 30 days pamwe dzakatopfuura titaurirane kuti tikwanise kubhadhara kamutero kuitira kuti hurumende isimukire atenda zvikuru.
Makadie ngevabereki. Zita rangu ndoitwa Lisa Ngirishi, accountant by profession. But towards 2017, I decided to stop working. Why? Even though people were still receiving my US dollars by then, but I saw Kuti, there's no way that I'm going to get far with working. So in 2017, I started to work with women in Zimbabwe, in Malawi, and Zambia. The reason was being to create a safe environment for all women. As you were saying, Kuti, Inina might be your customer, it might also be my customer. That was the tagline that we used. And from there, we started to take Jim from Zimbabwe. So we actually started Kuti. My way say needs something in terms of utensils in the kitchen, and we managed to partner up with Kango, and we supply those things to all women, be it in Zimbabwe and also outside Zimbabwe. And also I started personally to supply menswear, especially for formal wear. The father at least there are so many varume vanofarira formal wear. Be it suits, whatever that you can think of in terms of menswear, I also supply that. And also we started to support women. I partnered up with another NGO, which is just starting, helping those Varikuma rural areas. They have the resources, but they don't know Kuti. We have all the resources, but you don't know how to make sure that you earn from that. So we are working with women. We started in Chivu. That's why the project that is currently on the run. So thank you so much.
In donate for our blessing from Rose Muzuza. I've come on behalf of Mr. Kabesa from Emma Kadoma. And on a personal level, I have a bridal shop in Shakati. One day we sell my tuxedos, we sell my gowns, we sell my designer watches, especially a Hublot, near Calvin Klein. And we also have an online platform. You can place your orders, and we'll make sure that you get your order in time, of the quality that you really want. Saka, this is what I do on a personal level, and I'm here on behalf of Emma.
It's a pleasant afternoon. My name is Ngubane Dube. I studied mining at Zimbabwe School of Mines. Currently, we are running a fast food outlet called Chicken Spot. We are at Way Valley and same level. We take potatoes, we take onions, we take lettuce to those who are farmers before we do backward integration. Currently, we are working on renovating Cotton Country Road. Thank you so much.
It's very interesting. There's a lot of tech out there. There's a market. Yeah. Do you have a venue that takes Mukagawa Pora?
I'll definitely work with that.
Thank you. In Indonzi, obey Sinamai. Ndinoita basa rekudzidzisa. Ndiri mukudzidzisa kudaro ndakadzidzawo kuti once you become an employee, you are entrusting your life, your family to your employer to starve you or to feed you. So once I realized that my employer was on a starving spree, I started attending my lessons, cell phone repairs. So currently I am a mobile cell phone technician around Kadoma. Even some networking I also do. On top of that, I kept on clinging to my job. I used my other room to keep my chickens because I didn't have Mario Tangakusa, the cage. Unfortunately, I now have the cage out, but that's how I started. So, still trying to help myself to move away from this starting spree, which is still continuing. I'm just promising you that there's something which is being loaded, probably a new school this year or next year, but that's how we are going, trying to taking ourselves to financial freedom. Thank you.
Delegates, ndinoitwa Andrew Chanemana. Training yangu, discipline yangu civil engineering. Ndakamboshanda kunze kwenyika, muno ndakashandawo muHarare tichitrader under Ridgeway Properties, Ridgeway Contractors. Ndandiri developer ikoko, takaita dzimba dzakawanda muHarare. Ndingangoti panzvimbo yepakati peActurus neBorode Road ndingangowana maproperties kana vanodhila necity council vanowana maproperties edu akati changu chandinofarira chandinotamba ndichiita ndiri munhu weconstruction, roads, concrete work, planning projects chinoitawo sometime, asi zvangu chaizvo ibasa reconcrete namaroads namastructures. Kana mune imba yamuri kuvaka inokunetsai mumadhaka, ndopandinobva ikoko ndopandinotamba. Kuno Kadoma cheGutu ndiri munhu wanga ari mukati ndingati kurima ndichichengetawo mombe. That's a passion I have from where I come from. I have taken maybe refugee to that area and tried to make money in that area. As kwangu chaiko professional, ndiri munhu wamastructures. Ndatenda hangu handizivi pakugara kwandichaita tichisangana muno kana unenge ane mastructures. I tend to give that advice free.
Ndinoitwa Tavimba Mawire, ndiri zvienda zvemafuso zvinoda kunotenga Junior Business Network International. Takatarisira pasi even tichitengesa mustreet zvinhu zvokuti zvinoita kuti tisadzingirwa nemapurisa ekanzo nezvetherapy zvisipo, asi tichiita move on kuti tive that financial freedom. Saka ndaimboshanda kutogetuku anda group 5 asaimenzirawo mari mbva vanibvisa ukoko. Saka ndava fully kurana that business rekutengesa mafruits, and ndinonyanya kutengesa mabanana specifically. Mukauya padhuze nepaOK pane mota Honda CR-V totengesera umu because we are utilizing mari zvose tinawo to make money. We are not just selling bananas, but we are selling also quality bananas. I think you can testify. Chishuondo chokuti vari vakatitirawo zvakanaka. Even a place that we can process mabanana anenge ari green kuti aibviswe nenzira yakanaka. Abdari Pallet. Tinoziva kuti around Kadoma varimo vari kuzviita. Ini ndakamira kuzviita in that way because I believe there is a way tinogona kuzviita nokubudisa mabanana akanaka. Saka chikumbiro changu nevari muno, those who care partner with me, maresources anogona kuita kunetsa, asi that's the vision. Kuti tikaona a place that we can do bananas, tonomatora kwamutare tomapema anobuda akanaka. Saka ndinokurudzira kuti kana vapinda mutown, don't think of anything else in terms of chikafu because banana rakazara nezvose it is full whether une nzara utano zvese zvirimo saka just visitors kana tisipo mozoti tiri pademand anenge apera atenda.
Indinonzi Kevin Muzhunga ndabva kuLabour Economics African Democracy. That's a new political party iri kuuya ndazvitaurira izvi because we share the same ideology yanga ichitaurwa naMr. Mabhena pano. Mabanga, sorry about that. At least we are saying it's time to honor our community, not waiting for the executive to say ndo vachagadzirisa nyika. At least we are saying ngatitangirei paseri pegedhi apo, ngatiitei sezvatinoita sekumusha. Unachidhiraivha kuenda kumusha, unosvika pamusha pamukova pako rodhi yakanaka, but muno mutown hatikwanisi kugadzira pothole riri parodhi. So tiri kokwiditi we will be launching our party very soon. Ndofunga you will be invited. Individually, I'm still new kuno kuKadoma. Ndakauya ngezvezvi, but I'm into real estate. We are still looking for premises. Vaka Africa is coming. Only that we are still restricted. Near high rent house muKadoma. Thank you very much.
Mangwanani. Ndinonzi Willard Mangwengwe, ndinoshanda ndiri kuKadoma City Council, ndiri ku-Central Administration. Title yangu is Chamber Secretary. Ndinoona nezvework yema-councillors, kurana kwevashandi, kubatwa kwevashandi, and general administration ye-council. Tino-facilitate futhi development. I'm also responsible for facilitating development, allocation of land to prospective businesses. So I'm very proud kuti takapa, not Councillor Mabanga, former Councillor Mr. Mabanga. I'm very proud kuti vakatenga land ku council vari kuishandisa. I think we should be giving land, more land to people very serious like him. We have a lot of plots. Mr. Virangora, my plots are Blue Ridges. They are underdeveloped. Takapavana, we have noted with it. They are not serious people. One are to shanda so that one land, shanda every day, you know, spend the time young, but we are not developing Kadoma. We find one, Machenda water elsewhere, Machenda Cheku, no, not a basket, very pasto, sense. But we have water, but we have a lot of land in Kadoma. But as there is a lot of undeveloped land in Kadoma. Even wakatubata deeds, but I think we should now we should do due diligence before we allocate land, because when we total land so capacity you could develop that particular piece of land. You could shandisa. Title deeds right now, we are now failing to take that land back because title deeds, but it's sitting on that land. Musi BDJ, a lot of land, you know, what's an institution this one. You could unlock to people to develop that land. So I'm happy to be here. I'm learning a lot and these are very I think from now, I also have a piece of land, underutilized, but at least what I've done is I've listed to someone who is utilizing it. So at least I've adopted it for development. That is what we want people to do. Unlock it for development by other people. But so it development I need title to land. So that is what we are going to try to facilitate so that Kadoma develops.
Kadoma City is the Director of Finance. Chungosunga Tai ataurwa navapereya. Unfortunately, ndofunga munyika muda vamwe vachangoramba vachisunga matai vachinoswera kuofisi vachishanda vamwe vachiita business. Ndinodawo chaizvo kuita business but ndinayo plot nditosvika kana nguva yekupasvi nenyaya yebasa. But I was just thinking about it. We have miners, we have farmers. With few resources, we have an opportunity kubatana. 1, 2, 3. Toita chinhu chedu chakanaka, tochiformalize. Tiri kutambura yeMukadoma is we both responsible for procurement. Toda kutenga chaizvo munhu mukadoma. But what can we buy? Tine zvinhu zvangu, I'm not registered, handizikanwi. Tiri kuda vanhu vakaregister procurement regulatory authority of Zimbabwe vanoti supply kubva kufuel, kubva ku even take away anotaurwa iwaya, stationery, mambochitaura clothing, protective clothing, my uniforms. We don't want to buy from anywhere else. We want to buy from here. But to formalize kunenge kuri kutinetsa. I welcome this opportunity ndichiona kuti maybe togona kuonesana kuti tingaite sei kuti zvinge zvichifamba. Vamangwemweda havana kuzotaura, but kuformalize basa redu rinoinvolvawo zvakare kuti muitewo some kind of order. Tanzwa, I think tine mabusiness akawanda ari kushanda beyond what should happen. Kuda kwenu kunogona kungoita kunge ruseva kana growth point karamba takadaro. But ndiri kufunga kuti isusu patiri kuita mabusiness edu, let's aim to be pama designated places kuitira kutiwo riite guta. Tinoziva mapatsa eguta asiri guta asari muno Mukadoma, because everyone is doing what they want pavanodira nezvavanodira. But handifungi kuti maybe tangoti takudzokera kunoita ruseva, but isusu sekanzo tiripo pakumeka shuwa kuti guta raita guta ende zvinhu zviri kuitirwa panzvimbo dzazvo. Ngatinetsane zvataurwa naCCB. Ndoda kuita kantini yangu, ndoda kunge ndakalicensa, ndoda kunge ndakadini. Zvese tichinetsana pane patinosvika patinodini, patinobatsirana. Mari dzogona kunge dziri shoma, but dai tada guta redu tidade naro tiprovide naizvozvo. Akabheka chingwa chake, uyu akakama mukaka wake, uyu akabika mabhega ake, zvichisaplaiwa muno Mukadoma. Inini ndo view yangu yelocal economic development. Chingwa cheproton chekumarondera icho hongu chinonaka stereki tozviziva, but tisitotadzawo here kubika chingwa chedu chinonaka masvita.
Chiro changu indane gore ndiri muno, asi chishiro changu chokutanga, my brother tied my 60 cents near Rwanda. I always tell people kuti varungu vateswa nemari, asi there's one thing, vane principle yavo kubata, kushanda nekuplan. Ndo mashandisa kana kutaura ndechekuloku timizeko kana iri lift, don't forget kuti ndichazoona lift na 5:8. Vanochengetedza nguva, vanoita zvinhu zvavo nemazvo. Supporting zvataurwa naamai zveshuwa, kana zvidaita chinhu chako chine business inozoita kuti vana mangwana vazouya vachishandisa same property kana same business, ngazvo zvakarongeka. Zvava zvakarongeka, but hazvingorongeki. Muzabanga ndovaziva, but kuzana kwatinoita havatomboziva. Networking iro yakutora iyi. Isu pedu tiri vatatu panapa tasangana. Pane group ratinavo tinotengesa usingabhadhari. Kune munhu ari kuChina, kune munhu ari kuNamibia. But kutengesa kungoti ndine mapotato, totaura alright, vati mune mapotato, ata mari papocket, alright, tichitaura nanyika mutenga mapotato every week. Nokwanisa supply zvakadini. Full stop. Please survive under business. Get advice. It's for free at times, isn't it? Yeah. It's for free. It's for free. But vane zvimwe zvasingabhadharisi. Chinongodiwa pabasa pabhizinesi kuziva zvokutengesa nezvokutengesera. Nguva ndoshoka.
Joyce Marriage. Ndinoshanda ndiri Women's University in Africa. Bus drive. Then women ndiri student ndiri mufinal ye-social work degree. Mari yandinotambira ndakatanguka project kawo yegardening zvinoita matomatoes, mabutternut nemaonions nemarodran.
Ndetwa Aaron Mazembura ndiri kukansel. Nzi vakuru vekansel vasvika asi handisi ndiri kukansiriko. Ndizvo chete. I've been with council since 2003. Saka ndenge ndatichemberere mukanzirwo. Shure yangu ndeyekuona kandomba ichibudirira. Ndanzwa vanzi kune vanotorera mari kana vari ava. Musatorere vanhu ngatibuditsei mari yacho ishambire kadoma. Thank you.
Ndinonzi No Rest Nyakambiri. Ndiri CEO weLebrenda Construction, one of the fastest growing construction company in Kadoma. Taita projects akawandisa akati wandei kupapata register our construction company in Kadoma kusanganisira project City Council. City Council ndine project yatakaita ku Westview Primary, takabuilda classroom block rakareba 32 meters nematoilets aro, and then kurimuka takabuilda 100 meters ejurawo. Then currently tiri kuJairos Jiri tiri kuvaka zvekare block. Then paKadoma General Hospital tine zvimacontainer zveyellow through tisi takazviinstalla. So tinoita kuti tienderere mberi seLebrenda Construction inhau yekuziva kuti age is not a limit. Tinoramba tichikura tichifighta mamarkets, and chinonyanya kundi encourage kana muchizivhere zvakanyanya, as well as Sellington Mabanga vanondibatsira pakanyanyisa. So ndafara kunzwa sei vachiti vari kuda kuita marenovations. I think tisichavaitira marenovations seLebrenda Construction. Ndafara zvekare kuna musharuka vati vari in construction vachiti vanooffer even ma-advices for free. We believe kuti Lebrenda tine zvimwe zvinhu zvatisataita but zvatichada kudzidza kubva kuna vasharuka vedu. So on behalf of Lebrenda, our offices edu ari number 67 Chitezi City, light industry, kurimuka inotengesa cement, building materials, as well as this coming month tiri kulauncha Lebrenda earth moving training. Tiyange tichitraina vanhu vanoda kuita ma-earth movers zvakangosiyana zvakadaro. Ndafara memo achitaura kuti vanoda vanhu varegistered. Isusu tiregistered, mapapers edu ariwo akagadzirika neZimura. Takaregister tine state procurement nevendor number, takaregister nehigher and tertiary education kuti tikwanise kudzidzisa zvidzidzo zvachange tichidzidzisa mumwaka inotevera zvema-earth moving.
As well as freelance research, data research, vanenge vaida kubatsirwa in research tinoita zvakare. Ndinopinda inonzi Fresh Waters. Tibelieve kuti mufundisi anofanira kungotorera vanhu mari, asi anofanira kuzvishandira achizviitira zvinhu. Hatitendere kuti afure makwai, asi makwai anofanira kufura achibvawo kuna mufundisi. Saka we believe in working through our hands, through business and research. Thank you.
Gore rinoyeredza wa 68 takatanga chikoro chedu muna 2014, and I'm happy kuti tese kuti tisunge matai tichitaura tine mabasa ematai tiri kudai munhu wese ari munomu akaenda through the hands of a teacher. So I'm proud to be an educationist, and chanyanya kundiita kundi-invite to this group is I saw the launch of the Women's University of Africa. I would like to congratulate and thank Kadoma City Council kuti itirawo zvinhu zvakanaka kudai so mucity yedu. Ndakafara pandakangozviverenga ndakabva ndafara. I'm so much into education. I've got passion for the little ones to learn, for the elderly to learn, and especially the girl child and the women, because we have been marginalized for a long time. Saka kana tikawana ma opportunities akadai so mu city of Kadoma. I think as women of Kadoma, as girls of Kadoma, we are going to grab this opportunity and excel to over one step. Kana wangwani form 4, ochikapa form 6, kana wangwani degree, oita masters, kana wangwani masters, oita doctorate, nekuti mukana taupiwa. Saka ndinotenda chaizvo. Inini, I'm very passionate about kudzidzisa vana. Since Takataka 2014, we've been producing very good results at grade 7, 100% pass rate, up to now, a percentage here I sat here. So it also shows my passion towards that. Thank you.
Cynthia Mutemanida, I'm a preschool teacher. We recently started a family business. I believe that the wise man leaves an inheritance for his children. Saka, we have started a small business. I do me and my husband. My husband is an engineer. So through the assistance of Mr. Fere, we registered our company as industrial supplies, servicing. We also do consultancy. My husband does the technical work, and I do the marketing. Saka, I just want to thank all of you for this opportunity that you've given us to meet as business people. I've brought my business cards for those that are in mining, so that we can do business together. And as for today, I'm now a market gardener because which is not being used. So garden, vegetables. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Ini ndinoitwa Amai Muzondo. Ndinoita zvefabric, ndinotengesa machira neuniforms, ndinotengesa zvinhu zvehardware nemaspens emota, ndinoita zvehuku, ndine mabroilers, ndine maroad runners, ndine hanga, ndine maducks, ndinozvichengeta zvese izvozvo ndinozviita. Ndinozviitira panamba 11 mumakonati. Machira ndinotengesera pawedzera nepaold mutual, ndopanotengesera mauniforms nefabric.
My name is Tavaziva Mavengere. I'm still new in Kadoma. Old and young at the same time, old in terms of age, but young in terms of my business. I'm into herbal medicine. I'm one of the guys behind. We care for your health. I know some people still do not believe, still do not trust, but so our organization currently is called Evolution Herbal Health Solutions. Tiripa Duzene Global Pharmacy, formerly Pilhams. That's where you can find us. An interest in you can take care of your health. I can say much, but previously I'm a qualified teacher, specialized in vocational and technical education. So those who need vocational and technical education advice, you are welcome. I also worked in council. I'm very happy. Council Ekadoma Zarapan. And can I give a small comment? Council Ekadoma in terms of humanitarian, yeah, I think you are excellent. We've been to other councils and seen how harsh they are. Your being here makes me see why you are that humanitarian. Thank you.
Premium Business Network.
Premium Business Network International presents a Gold Gallery Multimedia.
workshop yatauya kuzopinda mukati mezuva irori tichititungamirira imwe yavanyumutsvene ave pakati pedu. Hurukuro dzichaitika pano dzive dziri kutibatsira mukati meupenyu hwedu, dzigobatsirawo upenyu hwevamwe vatinogarisana navo, ugobatsirawo nyika yedu kuti ienderere mberi. Mazviita henyu nevarongi veworkshop ino, chivatungamirirawo mubasa rose, kugokomborera zvose zvichaitika pano. Isave ungano isina zvinombopundutswa. Tinongoda kuti ungano iyi igoita zvibereko zvakawanda zvichaita kuti upenyu huendeke. Mazviita henyu muzita raJesu Kristu tenzi wedu. Amen.
Mr. Mabanga, Lincoln Mabanga, who happens to be the president of Zimbabwe National Business Council and Kadoma Economic Development Chamber chairperson. Could you opening remarks, Mr. Mabanga?
Again, Pamsole kuna Mr. Vere, Leotunganiro Wesewe Premier Business Network. Again, Pamsole as well, leadership here, a council, our presence, Chamber Secretary Laurent Ngulwende, Maijo, Director of Finance, seeing my brother here, Sarah Partners, your brand there. Vanamai wangu walipakati pedo, Pamsola itestese, tiri pano matsukoma angu walipano, waningina, walipano, also my brother in mining, Pamsola. I was asked to do opening remarks. I begged with a practical conversation on things that might help us as businesses. And I really thought I wanted to come up with a practical conversation, not even a speech, because we're getting to be very good at that as a nation, doing speeches and conferences, yet our economy is decaying and showing all signs of decay. And you really wonder what men and women of this country are doing in those conference halls, and whether we ever get to do the things that we discuss in conferences. What has been most inspiring for me, and what keeps telling me that we shall do it, is totally out of our ineptness as an economy or as business people, our total lethargy as an economy and as businesses, our perpetual mourning and groaning, yet not really dealing with the fundamentals of the economy. I've often said the problem of this country is not about currency. There are real fundamental macroeconomic issues that do anchor an economy anywhere, even in a household. The macroeconomic dynamics that anchor an economy. Mumbasha iwo babana mai vakagara mumba kune zvinhu zvinochengeta mabasa eupfumi oro zvinokurudzira mabasa eupfumi at a household level. And as a nation, we are not paying attention. We are not dealing with those fundamentals, and we continue to make mistakes that make us go deeper and deeper in our problems. Hence, business remains very painful to do. And what has inspired me really is the story of a once genocide-stricken nation called Rwanda. And I'm going to do a conversation with you purely based on Rwanda, and we'll compare ourselves with Rwanda. You are aware that sometime in December in 2017, even the president of Zimbabwe invited a public officer running with investment in Rwanda to come and do a presentation to a whole cabinet of Zimbabwe. We're 40 years on as Zimbabwe. 40 years. 40 years after having inherited a robust industrial base that Smith deliberately built because he was busting sanctions. He was under sanctions, and in trying to combat his government against sanctions, he went on an assault to put together a very, very serious industrial base. If you go in the streets, in the industrial streets of Bulawayo, you will appreciate what Smith has put in this country in terms of an industrial base. If you go in the industrial areas of Harare, you will appreciate what Smith had put together in terms of infrastructure. He was so serious. When you go to Tokwe Mukosi, you would understand the sort of imaginations that Smith had in terms of wanting to combat his system against sanctions. If you imagine the rubber manufacturing companies that Smith had put together, if you imagine the steel manufacturing companies that Smith had put together, if you imagine just the manufacturing infrastructure that Smith had put together, you will understand that there is a man who was serious about combating sanctions. I'm sure there were examples of countries that he was emulating. Did you know that Libya survived 52 years of sanctions, yet put together one of the strongest economies on the continent? 52 years. And we continue to attribute our own economic mismanagement, our own economic miscarriages to sanctions. And I call it a baby cry. Iran, that might scare you and say it's a strong economy anyway. Did you know that Korea, South Korea, almost had a baseless natural endowments, but they saw an opportunity in countries like Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, where they went there and said, look, we are good builders. Those are true bono. We want to really put together infrastructure for you. So Afghanistan said yes, you can come. So Koreans went there in mass and started building, but they said on one condition, that you pay us in crude oil. And they said, oh, it's a no-brainer, you have it. Because we have seamless deposits of oil. Then they said, right, while we are building, we are also going to build the infrastructure to transport the crude oil. So they built infrastructure to transport crude oil from Afghanistan to Korea. And when it got to Korea, they put up refineries in their own country. And they said, look, the war is continuing to ravage your infrastructure. Why can't you build your manufacturing industry in Korea so that we manufacture and safely transport goods, finished goods to you? And they said, no, it's a deal, let's do it. So they started also funding the manufacturing, the construction of manufacturing industry in South Korea. And South Korea became one of the biggest exporters of commodities that they had zero raw material of. Yet there is a country that is endowed with diamond, with platinum, with gold, with chrome, and many other. And we can't pay our public, our civil servants. We can't build our own infrastructure. We have not created new cities since Smith. We have not created new economy since Smith. We have not created new industry since Smith. In fact, even what Smith had left, we mismanaged and collapsed that. And in those 40 years, we have done more destruction than construction. And we go to a country that 20 years later, in our own independence, they were deep down in a genocide. And they've come after genocide and they've overtaken us. And some of us will underestimate the Rwandese genocide. Do you know this thing of the 1st February of the month, let's do a cleanup, is copied and inherited from Rwanda, because Kigali has become the smartest city on the continent, and also is matching world-class standards. Do we know that? Huh? That we copied it from Rwanda. Do you know what the origins are? Yes, from the genocide. And I'll tell you, if we continue doing our cleanups in the way and fashion that we're doing them, we will not achieve the intended goals. We are playing. That's not conviction and ideological. During the time of genocide, the public arms of the states could not cope with picking the remains of maimed people, killed people. They could not cope. So mapolisa akambotanga achienda vachiriliza maprisoners achinda anechinda kunonhonga maremains, mabonzo, malimbs evanhu vainge vauraiwa. They could not cope. Got to a time where they said, able-bodied people who are able to assist in this cause, please, let's do it. And because there was an emotional appeal that some were actually looking for the remains of their own relatives, and some fully knowing that their relative went, they then thought, Kuti, we would just go and do it as a sign that we're honoring our departed beloved ones. So they started doing that. So civilians would go and work with police, with the army, to pick bones of the deceased. And that became a culture, that became a way of life. And as the genocide started going down, they then reduced the frequency of going out to pick bones and limbs. Down to a monthly interval. And after the genocide, the Rwandese, through the leadership of President Paul Kagame, then said, this culture, we should continue doing it because it is inspired by an evil past. Let's continue. Go back to the streets we used to go to pick bones of people, but this time, anything that is there, let us pick. That is not supposed to be there, let us pick that. Then they took, should be the last Friday or the first Friday of the month, when they do it. And in Rwanda, on that Friday, it happens between 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock. And everyone goes out to do it. There is no vehicle that moves on that particular Friday between 8 and 11 o'clock. You don't drive around. Nothing happens in life other than going to pick, as we picked the bones of our relatives then. Hakuna motikari inofamba. Ukafambisa motikari between 8 and 11, all the citizens go for you. Avakurohi, asantola motikari. Then they turn your car into a refuse collection vehicle. So motikari yakutanga kushandiswa kukandwa marara ose, angachinongwa ose. Ese marara yano anokandwa imomo. Bokudzwa kuti na 11 o'clock ngwadza pakati unoza kusura motikari yako. Patakutora unoza kusura motikari yako ipapo. Asiringa mbuti wachi. Takwesha kuti madodobini. You can relate with that act na ideology in Rwanda, and there's no way that can ever fail. Isusu tulikwenda kunoklina marara patiri kufura vanonokanda marara chiti madzoka masikana sei tichipfura tichinda tikavatiasiya chiti we're not going anywhere, we're not serious, we're not serious. We are not serious. I'm giving you that typical example because it is the same way we are handling even economic issues. We handle economic issues with a lack of seriousness, with a lack of depth, with a total absence of ideology. Atina, kungomuka, ngatitezwa kati, atina waro, atina midzi yatiri kuchitora tichibva. Did you know that in Rwanda every citizen has got a health insurance? Every citizen. Chero ari kumuzarabani kwavo ane health policy. Are covered health insurance. What did Paul Kagame do? Paul Kagame has built a robust foundation. The economy, by the way, the economy is not anchored by lots of things. They do coffee, nomkara. It's true where to take coffee to go. You can take coffee that guy. But what Paul Kagame has done, he took the map of Rwanda and he drew a cross across it and said, I shall have 4 provinces. 4. In Zimbabwe we have 10 provinces. And I keep on asking people, are we really 10 provinces? Are we really 10? Are we really 10 provinces? Poor as we are, and the population can, are we really 10 provinces in this country? 10 provinces. Are we really 10 provinces? So in a province where they're doing milk, Paul Kagame has said, every single household in every village, they shall have dairy cows. So at a household level, banenge vaine mahoisen or majezi cows are 5 or 10. At a village level, they have a communal collection system, they have a communal dairy in their locality, and they process their milk. So, vanobva kumwe vachida mukaka vanenge vanouya vanoenda kuprovince iri kuita mukaka chaizvo. So they have multiplied their milk output, Nima products, to a point that they stopped importing milk or any milk product. And at the moment, their GDP is quite anchored on their milk exports. They export milk, they export milk products into the DRC. So, at household levels, nyaya protein, nyaya mukaka, nyaya diet, aisi nyaya. Isusu we have learned, with a prime climate. But we pride ourselves to be good shoppers, to push our trolley every day, to in the supermarket, to buy everything. And there's no security every day. And you feel it, you're the first person to feel it because you're always there. And you want everything that is there. So you feel and your cry is bound to be quite loud. Because I will not chapel cannot So we have a fundamental mindset challenge as a nation. Kana tisingagoni kubvuma kuti economy inogadzirwa nesu, kana tisingagoni kunzwisa kuti economy inobva mumaoko ako neangu, then hatisatatanga. We have given out people land that they're using it for nothing. And we go now, it's year number 2, a commission appointed to audit land. And how many seasons have we lost in those 2 years? Because Pawana, Bashika, Association Surprise, Munima item mangani, is 610. And at Motra Munima Tange Mombe, Tina. Makamada, no, Tina. Yeah, all right. And we go for 2 years. And 3rd year is coming soon. How many seasons are we losing? Maybe 10. Bureaucracies are killing our economy. How do you audit a lazy person at a gara on capital of land? It takes you to go to Europe to appreciate how rich we are in terms of land. 610 hectares, and you say, Tributary Commission has no submit a report, my province. It's not sick, but it's not serious. How do we honestly do that? And we honestly hope to turn around this economy? Huh? We import carrots. We import onion. Simbe yakatsamira munda une 600 hectares or even more. So we need a collective and national seriousness if we're going to turn around our economy. And we need to go back to the basics. go to Malawi, how they use every piece of land. But they're fit and healthy because they're deriving a good diet from their health. The only thing is, but we do my NGOs, and they're not learning to do that in a more sustained way. Because leaders get content in my handouts. We too are getting content with we are the IMF. In whose lifetime? In whose lifetime? Huh? Lifetime, yani. Do you realize that we have a generation? Yakauya panyika ikafa aizivi kunonzi basa yaikuzivi aba kuchikoro kaenda kugawa. That's it, like end of life. We have buried on akawanda munemuka. Some of them even died in Mabawa Papa. You go kurimuka, not 7 in the morning, munhu wadhakwa. Let us know that there's a local university. Kuti, not 7 in the morning, munhu wadhakwa. Isona baba ili waenda kubawa mangwanani wadzoka manero. Manero kwa wanozozoka papa ndipo nengo wararadza. Vakakasika kudzoka. Bondo zvonoti amdana nasa akasika kudzoka because ana asa abuda mubawa stadago. Ko ari pabawa pa shopping center na kula 7 dzemangwanani atodhaka amwe chichimuraramisa So we will perish if we continue to be a country, a nation. One was really serious. And seriousness begins with you and me. Let's challenge government, but let's do our part. Produce your own vegetables. Engineer, I'm sure the things that are developing now really scare you. Huh? They must be scaring you. Where are we going as a nation? Tomirira IMF. Yedu local production. Tisingaiti anything about it. In fact, we're killing it. Because the moon arikurima a commodity, you know, we have forex, 100% forex. You trade lint in forex. You trade tobacco in forex. Munombadala commodity yake ne one man or eco cash. Akotogera kumunda. Cotton tauraya. Tinoya tilima GMO. I personally challenge the cabinet to say, tell me what is wrong with GMO. Tell me, prove it to me. Kana wapeka jira nukutara uti iyi GMO cloth ndiani? You then begin to think that whoever is doing those policies, ahana kupiwa ile mali. Yekuti nanotsimbirira nyika yako. To the market share, you sort of go and kill the production. Economic terrorism. Because we are content to produce 700 kgs below a ton per hectare. You go elsewhere, they're producing 5 to 7 metric tons per hectare. Australia has 2 seasons. I went to see a single farmer anoproduce cotton twice a year. Rimwe gore pane time atakaproduce 20,000 metric tons from Zimbabwe. Iye ndedza anoproduce one farmer in Australia. One farmer. Isu ndedza dzakaproduce nyika yose put together. Hakuna utera, hakuna urema unofura ipapo as a nation. And tinofana kutaura nachokwadi. Because atigone kwakanyika ino ikatitaura nechokwadi. And atigone kuenda kuita mabasa ekuvandudza ikonomi yedu kana tisingagone kubva chokwadi ichocho. And a country that's coming out of a genocide 20 years later is coming to teach us. Isu tine 40 years. We still confess that atizivi. Yamufundise. Atizivi. But atizivi sei. Atizivi kuti akaprazi inyopa atizivi. We've appointed a whole commission which is incentivized, which is being paid. Atizivi kuti inyopa uya akaprazi. That's not charity. Atizivi. Atizvizivi kuti vamwe turi kuvapoinda muzvigaro havana zvavanoziva. Atizvizivi izvozvo. Atizvizivi kuti imimi ivino vamwe munosarudza ma-MP makanzila havana zvavanoziva. Hamuzvizivi. President Ramaphosa, during his visit 6 weeks ago, he says, I told the President Mnangagwa to address Your Excellency, ndakadzidza kuti our economies can only be as strong as our institutions. Economy haifambiswi nokutitaira mutukumo chete. Economy haifambi, nyika haivakwi nokuti tose taira mutukumo chete. Saka tonoungana kuti iwe chogara iwe uri kunokwani uri kuitei chinda kwakati iwe wabva kupi hativaki nyika naizvozvo. Nyika inovakwa nemacapacities ne a shared ideology, and a shared ideology is not political. It's a national vision that says isu tiri Zimbabwe takabva mukudzvanyirirwa tikava nerusununguko uye takaluza makore akati ekudzvanyirirwa. Varungu vakati takapotsa zvinhu zvakati zvatakashaiwa muupenyu hwedu. Vana vedu vaidzvanyirirwa vanga vasingoni mabasa, vanga vasingoni fundo, vanga vasingaiti zvakati, vanga vasingoni zvakati. Asi zvino takuzvitonga. Saka nyika yedu tichafamba takadai izvi kuti nyika imisikidzike. Asi tikaona toita rusununguko rokushayiwa zviya zvataiwana munguva yekudzvanyirirwa, then there's something wrong with us. There's something wrong with our ideology as a nation. Rwanda is saying we want to make up for the lost time in genocide. You take your passport application, uchibva pamaofisi, chinosvika kumba kwako kuenda pa website, une reference number yako, inotokuudza kuti ningi ndiye agamuchira passport yako, asi iko zvinezvi yapana ningi achange ainayo kusvika nguva dzakati. Ukafuma mangwana ukamuka utona passport yakabva pana ningi kaenda pana ningi ukaauthorize yapedza iri kuudza kuti uzokollecta passport yako na 3 o'clock. Done. A serious nation. Hakuna nyika inoshanda na efficiency yakadaro inokundikana. Hakuna. So I really want to challenge businesses this morning that we go back to basics, right from a household level. Right from a household level. Let's go back to basics. Let's go to basics. I am making a case and to build a 2-hectare model. I want to prove a point to the government that a 2-hectare model can sustain livelihoods if people are serious. 2 hectares, 2 hectares. I'm not a beneficiary of the land reform. One other senior person. And I said, in the fullness of time, whatever I will not fight. And I want to be one testimony that council can be proud and say, my agro plots edu are being productive and that's the local economy. I produce milk on my 2-hectare plot, on 1 Jersey cow. I produce 12 to 15 liters of milk every day. Every day. 12 to 15 liters zimkaka. Wakanaka. Ndakatanga breeding program in Mombe, where I'm conducting cuts, Chino University. They're doing a very successful model here breeding in Mombe. So they come twice a month. We're running a breeding program. Nema heifa, nema cows, nema bulls ari papo, nemwe mando ema bulls atiri kutora mbeu tichisa mombe dzedu. We got a breeding stock yemakwai, top breed yemakwai. We got breeding stock yenguruve. We want to be producing pork. I want to make a point to the government. Kuti chirinyore chi ivredu rakagarigwa nesimbe muno or kuramba chinonanzva vanhu vari kunze kwenyika kuti vachazotipa mari tozodzoka tozomavaka mafactory vana vedu vosakaunda muupenyu hwani. Muupenyu hwani. Why can't we build a new ideology where vana would say ndiri kuda kuenda ku 2 hectares yangu? Because if there are 50 of us, at same production and productivity levels, we'll have our mini dairy processing plant imomo, we'll have our own mini abattoir imomo. Hakuna mombe inofana kubuda chitiniwa, inofana kubuda ya nyama. Tunofanga tine makomina wa mapool pections, atinesa zvilimwa zvedu ma vegetables zedu atalima chisa imomo. Then you say, takauya panyika, tikasvika pari gwenga asi ivhu ririko, mvura iriko, asi takazvishandura. Not at this level at Circuit, not at this level. Yekuti tine diamond, tine platinum, tine gold, tine chrome. You mentioned all other base metals, tine lithium. Asa tina fuel. Toda chingwa chete. May God help us. May God help Zimbabwe. May God help those that are seized and have a responsibility to provide space for Zimbabweans. May God help us as a nation to stop stinking nepotism that collapses a nation and an economy. God help us to break this polarity that is born out of politics, that is individualistic. At what point do we begin to think as a nation and act as a nation and produce as a nation? At what point? God help us that He adds more strength to our hands and adds more ideas to our brains, that we go back to basics and begin to produce. God bless you, and I thank you.
The theme of this workshop is the best ways to financial freedom. As I was listening to the powerful and well-packed presentation by Mr. Mabanga, I was learning. Not only learning, but learning a lot. Matizao, I can safely say from this workshop going forward, I'm now taking giant steps towards financial freedom. Why? Because I've realized that we have everything that it takes to financial freedom. At a household level. At a household level. Tinogara kudzimba dzine mayadi, even in space yakabva panapa kusvika pachayapa kusvika pajurawo. Hatina? But we are found buying vegetables for okay. Tutotenga ma okay musho, not panze. Tiriwe class, we don't buy from outside. Outside vegetables are cheap. Plus tiriwe status. Are you seeing where we are losing it? Are you seeing where our money that we're supposed to invest is going? We are giving it to okay. A well-established conglomerate. A Musku who is up next door when you can make a tax shop, who is trying to stand on his feet. Are you seeing where we're missing the point? Are we not rich? Are we not rich? We are not. Why? Because we are failing to see what we have. We are not seeing value in what we have. Not only what we have, but what we are as people. It is until we value ourselves as people that we can get value from what we do. This is a very powerful presentation, Mr. Mabanga. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. For those who are listening, have learned. He's very correct when he says, I challenged the cabinet. I was with him at some point with the president in Chinoy. You know, the type of mentality that we have as a nation is compromising development. He posed a very powerful point, but really, no one gave it a nod. People quizzed and queried about GMO cotton. Why? Because we want to import from China. We want to send out the few hard-earned foreign currency that we are getting from our diamond and shares out of the country. To import what we can do here, we can produce. Financial freedom is a mindset issue. Are you seeing Bamaka Gareba Poktimano Fumu Singaiti? Tuona out of more sure. Tikadzoka nasi kulia chandiona tikadzoka nasi ndono tenga ma day old chicks tikadzoka nasi ndono tenga kangombe kangu kaneta 400 RTGs. Say
the power of going back to basics, Valigani. There's lots of opportunity.
You can say that.
You know, while we are talking, I'm actually thinking, Koti, maybe some of you will attest to this. Is Subaba Wakafa a week in a grade 7 exams and was the breadwinner? Mayedu was just a housewife. Baba Wafa, we had nothing to clutch onto. Mayedu Bakatanga Kurima Kovo, which is garden, they have still kept that garden. Mayedu Makovo, where I could not get muti. But the mistake of church order Kovo. Those are the seven of Kovo. The cats anybody Kovo. And when the Form 1, our father wanted me to go into boarding Kolomonze. I could not. Even in Marewe kuenda to a local school panga pasina. Fees yepari mukahai panga pasina. Where it was so fashionable kana mwana ida form 1 aipfeka zvinhu zvinyuva nekubva kutsoka kusvika kumusoro nemablazer zvishamisa chaizvo nesechonyuwa panga pasina. I went back into my old clothes to pick my grey short top primary, which was no longer in good condition. Ndokubva ndakumbira mai vangu kuti vasone zvigamba right across. Ndobva vasona zvigamba kwaipfekwa white shirts. Our only sister once upon a time had gone through Rimkai and had left white blouses. Some had discolored, some had torn collars that had to be tanned. I put on that. Ndikatengesa nzimbe, I remember. Ndikafamba netsoka kubva kurimuka kupinda mabhata. Ndikatenga matomi ne black polish ne brush rangu ndikafamba kudzokera kurimuka. Ndaipolisha black tomi kuti ite seboots. And I went to school. To me, what was important was for me to be in school. I wanted that opportunity. Ikungova muchikoro. Ndakadzingirwa fees. First time, second time, third time when the headmaster came. Zvikanzi kune mwana unodzingirwa fees but aramba achiuya kuchikoro. I said to my headmaster, I want to go and see you in your office. We walked together to Valenda Mosque Market. They had said, you can't chase me away from school. I did not ask for this situation in my life. It's not of my making. I did not decide. I did not invite it. Our father died. Ndakufunda because ndochigona chikoro. And also, I want to undo that which you are chasing me away from. He remained quiet and said, go and call your mother. My headmaster. Why do you leave your son coming to school as my fees? And I'm going to my mother says, I'll quote her verbatim. She says, Baba, munano yako zokumbira, ndiano zawati musua kati, chaiwadu, inadizi. I cried in the office of my headmaster, as my mother was saying that. And the headmaster bent and wrote a small piece of paper. It was very small, tiny, kakadaijish. Akanyora ne pencil, could allow him to attend class indefinitely. I clashed onto that piece of paper. It was my golden treasure. I clashed onto it. For 2 years, I laid on the basis of that small piece of paper. 14 years later, I was managing a factory that employed 500 people in Gweru, in the Midlands. And my dad zanga on the tree, say pana mai mawuya for a week, wachikumbira kukuonai. But akachi warambidza because makati amudukona vanhu time recruitment. It was around to 6 in the PM. She comes and sits on the carpet in my office now. Otanga kuchema. Zvikanzi baba murume wangu akashaika, takada kutorwa imba nenyama dzomurume tikatorwa property. Saka ndasara ndisina chandinacho. All I have is my son. Wandiri kukumbira kuti mupe basa agokwanisa kundichengeta. But okay, mwana wangu yamangwana mai, but amuchakwanisa kufamba kwasviba. I traveled the full text. Do you know who this lady was? She was the wife of that headmaster who once upon a time, 14 years ago, wrote this piece of paper that let me in school for 2 years. So we honestly in our poverty by choice. And it's a very fine line. Ndakaramba chikoro vanhu vaindidzivisa kuti no baba wako ashaika shuwa zvingachadii vanhu vaindidzivisa shuwa ndopanga uchienda kuchikoro nezvigamba here vanhu vaindidzivisa. And I would have really leaned onto them and said shuwa ndopanga uchazopfeka blouse zvanga zvisingazobudi aiwa kutogara mumbako kutori nani. People would have understood me. So I'm also telling to young people kuti deviating and going to those filthy ways, you destroying your own life. And you can make your own life. We need to come out of our comfort zones and recreate our destiny. Hakuna murungu achaya kuzotibatsira, and it's a fact. Hakuna murungu achaya kuzotibatsira. Hakuna munhu achauya kuzokunyurira pauri. You make a decision yekuti I want to be different, and ndisati nhamo yefuti iyoyo yekuti handisati kuzona nhamo yefuti, and I want to make it different. Iyoyo vana mai vana baba vanengena vangu madziko mangu is what we must take on and work.
Wow, powerful. Thank you so much. Do we have ears to hear?
Yes.
This testimony is touching. Quite a number of people, they blame their situations. The person who has been causing misery and poverty in your life has been caught today. Look, just look at the mirror and see the person. Yourself. It's you. We should blame ourselves for the path that we have traveled, bad though it might be. This is a turning point. Let's do an introspection. Let's revisit our mindsets. Let's rethink. Let's have an overhaul of the way we think, of the way we see things. You know, at some point, I challenged a certain gathering, just as Mr. Mabanga was sharing here. He's doing production on a 2-hectare. We happen to be in one of these WhatsApp groups. Vari kutotengesa mukaka wacho chatoisa toda 2 liters Mr. Mabanga. Vari kutotengesa. This is practical. Nyaya yekupfuma kana nyaya yewealth creation haisi kure nesu tinayo, but we are looking for complex ways of doing it. We want heavy machinery. All right. Go to China today and part of Nigeria. Chingwa chatiri kuti tikumirira tinomirira chingwa kuti chibve kuHarare. Kumirira chingwa chibve kuHarare. Anzi bheka sinena kuyanasi. Ende vanoramba vachiuya ndakaona proton chita not sure. Chida usupply futi proton from Chinhoi, sorry from Maronde. But we are here. Some are seated on an acre of wheat. Some are seated on a 20-hectare farm. Ine mvura. Ndakambogara kukaroi for some time. Pane mvura napo pane purazi rakanaka rine dam. But for the 5 years ndagara kukaroi pairimwa uswa wakadai. Like Mabanga was saying, ndakarama mukaroi ndichitsvaga munda. Ndakabuda isina kuwana. But pane imwe land isina kana munhu. But there are people who have potential. Why are we shy? And in the whole country, it talks of an audit that's taking forever to be completed. It is our mindset. We have got a poverty mentality as Africans. Tabva munomuka. Tasvika kudzimba kweduka. Ngatitarise pagirazi. Mozobvunza kuti ndizvere zvandinoda kuramba ndiri kweupenyu hwese. If the answer is no, usagare pasi. Ramba wakamira, take a paper and a pen. Wonyore your personal life development plan. Who do I want to become from here? And have accountability circles. Kuti wanda wega, ndo zvandoda kuti ndiwe izvi. Mukuona ndichada kuita zvinhu zvinopesana these principles that are set ndibvunzei. No, ndinofara kuti we have got all the authorities that be in terms of nzvimbo yedu. We have got our DA, we have got our local authority. Chishuwo changu kuti sekadomaka tirambe tichiita zvinhu zvekuungana zvakadai so tichiudzana mazano ekuwanza mabasa edu. Not only that, I've been talking of chingwa chaicho. Moza chingwa chiri easy to make. Munochigona? Munogona chimoto. Even chingwa chechi, even chingwa lobos. Pana munochigona? Munochigona? animozoti matrei zvezve zvichingwa zvinotenga muisa movheni yenyu yekumba chaichaiyo yamunotengera gasi nekubhadharira magetsi vane movheni ngatinze moko ma4 plate vasina hapana vasina avo ndo vasina chete honestly speaking saka ngatifunge kuti making money is simple ngatifunge kuti tafunga business rekuita chingwa imimi moisa ma4 plate ane capacity ye maybe 10 zvakagara zvakanaka semalovs echingwa nditi every household yogadzira 10 loaves mumba muchitoziva kuti munodya 1 chingwa zvese zvimwe 11 izvi moto exporta ku next door and get the much needed local or foreign currency dzamunoda mozviita every day for 365 days. That is industry. This is what developed countries are doing. I was committed for heavy machinery, you can't foreign currency to buy those equipment. At a household level, you say, who could this boy, my road runner? Pamakandi Papa Majo, not 2007. Ndakatenga huku nakachero 3 izvo zvisvikachere dzanga dza10 nedzimwe dzinakabva nadzo kuwedza huku yako iri kurare zvezvi 30 mazai. Are you seeing how production happens? It only takes a decision. Do you know money is a decision away from us? Not only a decision away, but an action, decision and action, because Zimbabwe included, and most of the African countries, we decide, we do come up with the blueprints that did not even see the light of day. Implementation is the issue. Munona nyaya ye financial freedom. Aisi nyaya in order a scientific approach to it. Inyaya go back to basics. Even the 12 points or the 12 habits that I'm going to share with you now, these are simple things. I'm not going to come out to try one. Mukazodi. Makasarenda. Chinto tisarende chi. I told myself last year in 2017, this year I want to be different. I want to be someone else. But I think Mr. Mabanga, I was once enslaved in Tripa PG as a branch manager and Takasuka Matai. She drove a company car, she got up number 1 marketplace in their farm and city, well touted in their company. She's a few food tank. I didn't get period. Mr. Mabanga came with Taura Nyaya because I believe in networking because your network determines your net worth in life. She don't be funny. Yes, you can try and do it. But you cannot you only got that much. Ndakaita shungu. I intended my resignation with PG. The boss drove to Kaduna. I want you to turn around this branch. I'm sure but I'm not taking a new path. I decided to be different. It is up to until we really come to a point when we say, you have to envision the life that you want to live. We want a very big picture of where you want to go and what you want to be as a person at personal level. We have got a number of people who are willing to manage themselves at personal level. At personal level. Then can you entrust that person to run a family, a town or a country? Those are the people that we are entrusting. People who cannot even exonerate themselves from poverty. Let me just get into this presentation that I'm not used to this type of presentation. Mr. Rusuto knows it. I don't normally follow this type of a presentation. But before we do that, there is one big and most important thing. This organization is called the Premium Business Network International, like we are seeing. The main purpose of this organization is to network economic players for their mutual benefit. Networking economic players for their mutual benefit. As enough flyer against Premium Business Network International I think it had to go through. So I want to brush through Why do I say so? Ndinowanza kutaurira vanhu kuti kana uine business rako kunyange riri diki zvakadii, wachiti tinokira mataxi aditi kana mabhazi kuenda kuHarare, unoona munhu anosvika kuHarare akadai hanzi swederewo muri kundikangasa kugara garei zvakanaka, ndo mazuva anotaura chete kusvika kuHarare nekudera foni yake inonga iri paWhatsApp nepamagroups responding to zvinhu zvisina basa noupenyu hwake. Haagoni kushiya kuti inini zvamai I'm a potato farm. Mukombe handiti ndiri mapotato zvisingaiti mukadoma meme muri kupi ndiri papa Blue Ranges baba I'm selling them big time. Ukasvika paokepa pepa dzinoenda kuisa mastock kudai. Are you seeing this person? He's marketing himself, introducing themselves to the market. So as we come together, we need to know each other better, who is doing what in Kadoma, who is doing what in the other place, so that business, I always tell people, business, I want a business now. Your business is a customer to their business somehow. I want to take some grocery, I want to take some cement, but I want to work in 2 rooms. I want to work on those which can mura. Saka awakasa zoti mimi munoita chi vanonotenga kogara vachinotenga kuwamo kwenyu muno mukosha ya basa aoneta chikafa handiti wonzwa nzara ro mtown not no that lady what that workshop regarding to ona kuti vanobika zvakadii. I've seen how the interaction tends to benefit each and every one of us. At this juncture I do call upon Mrs. Gono, our guest speaker. Mrs. Gono is the director of marketing and communications for Women's University in Africa. Mrs. Gono, let's give it.
As it has been said, my name is Semugeli Sokono, Director of Marketing, Communications and Public Relations for Women's University in Africa. We want to, before we want to acknowledge Mr. Vere for inviting us to this network, and also the city fathers and mothers of Kadoma for allowing us to enter Kadoma and invest in Africa, and all protocol observed. I have been asked by Mr. Vere to utilize this opportunity during your monthly meetings and introduce ourselves as we enter Kadoma. I think we had my negotiations from last year's agricultural show in Harare with some of the city of Kadoma authorities. But how can we enter Kadoma? And they were so keen, and we managed to grab that opportunity because we are in Tizuga town. So I think we held about 2 or 3 meetings, and the deal was signed. So they managed to offer us, the Saru Zai Community Service Center in Rimuka. The water classes we are having, they have the details of our, to show how keen we are, our Kadoma campus. Sakatapinda, Semadzimai, Tachinonoke, Tanga, because my papers, City Council had to sit down to authorize us to occupy the building and also to sell to us a piece of land. We 20 hectares of land just along railroad, chingoti kudei pakeve paya takanangana nepanoboshwa. Saka manje takutoisa fence yedu tichitovaka tatopinda zvachose. So Mr. Vere asked me to talk about the university and also how it can be a launchpad to you in as far as financial freedom is concerned. using the launchpad because I had to change his topic to say, financial freedom I teach you university. You will understand why I'm saying that. Yeah. But it's going to be a launchpad for you for the financial freedom. So what I'm going to cover in this presentation, I will give you an overview. Who is Women's University in Africa? Takabe Peter Winde Peter Apapi. And then those goods I mind it's also say university. What are we going to be doing for you? Put it here launchpad into financial freedom. Because financial freedom is not it's not something which is formal, it's willpower. Iwe unofanirwa kuzvida kuzvisunungura. Handiti nyika takanozvisunungura nokuti taida kuva independent. The same with financial freedom. Unozvisunungura. So I'm going to be talking about it and tell you how. What are the steps for you to walk that journey? And then in conclusion, to share my examples. Who are the people who are well known to be now having that financial freedom? Because financial freedom is not having this, and like I went on my newspaper 2 days ago, where someone is putting $1 million per table. That's not financial freedom. So first, explain to you what is financial freedom. And they put in financial freedom. Tataura zvakawanda panapa taita sei vachazotsanangurirai muchabuda muno muchinyaso zvat for me to be financial freedom, what does it mean? And next slide. Women's University in Africa was established by those two ladies, Professor Hope, Cynthia Sadza. She used to be deputy Wavanzuwa. Until Wanzuwa, we said, we used to be Public Service Commission. So she was the deputy Wavanzuwa for 15 years. But she appointed my permanent secretary in government, my headmaster, my headmistress, my ambassador. She was in that committee I appointed as a deputy chair of the Public Service Commission. And Dr. Chung, our former Minister of Education, and who knows she is our liberation heroine. She was also in the struggle for Zimbabwe. And when she came back, she became one of our first ministers, and she was the Minister of Education, 1980. But she was also responsible in making sure that we promote in the education system. My headmaster, my mistress, my DEO, my district education officers. Actually, madam, I heard you are a teacher, Mrs. Cario. We teach education, my DEO, my chief executive officers, my support services staff. So she used to do that, promoting those people. So as they were appointing people into senior positions, in decision-making positions, they realized that at selection stage, and if we have application, then we shortlist for now proceeding to the next level, the interviews and other things to be called. Which we are interview. Mazimai say, I've had at Sara, Tango Sara Maba. Go away the next interview. So who is going to be the next DO? Baba. Who is going to be the next chief education officer? Baba. Asari ku teacher ku class no kumeka sure baba wachena vasunga tayo aenda kubasa ndiani? Mai. And so the two of them got concerned because they were involved in the struggle. What is happening? We are the people on the ground doing the job. But when it comes now to be signing, who is going to understand my needs? More than needs you need a maternity leave. Must struggle for you to be paid 3 months. And that Torah and paid leave cannot and it used to be like that. Yes. So when they did a thorough research across Africa, there were so many problems that affect Madzimai Kutivasa acquire university education. One, when they came back from the struggle, Madzimai had to focus on so they didn't have time as Madzimai in Kuchikoro. Vanamai had and so forth. So there were a lot of problems that I got and then they decided, the two of them, no, let's open our own university, which is going to resolve my issues that don't affect Madzimai, not to acquire university education. And they registered the trust deed, Women's University in Africa Trust, MA 692 of 2001. But the legal instrument in order for the university to exist. So they then went to parliament, the two of them. Was Zimbabwe don't open a university, says what kana creche or primary school. You go to parliament. There's a serious issue to produce human capital. So when she got to parliament, they wanted 100% women's invest in Africa. Parliament got, no, our constitution does not allow to segregate in terms of sex. So they debated, okay, 95% women, 5% men, 90%, 10% men. Bashingora parliament, she was okay, for 85 we are not moving, the two of them, but they had to go to defend why they are opening this university. So they were then allowed to open, but enrolling 85% women and 15% men. And they made sure that this university is also going to deal with my issues and not with my assigned university. Issue at time, okay, we'll give you to know yama 8 o'clock, to shikana 5, kana to know yana 5 maneru ababasa, to shikana 8 maneru, kana to know choose out okay noya Saturday, Sunday. Kana to know in this land is going, to that we can open and distance learning. Kana to know in this and this going. Because ndoda kuverenga ndina teacher pamberi pangu achindi chikoro ndakapedzisira kare kuti ndibvisa dust musoro ndoda teacher saka kuti okay ndogona kungoya 10 days kuchikoro mamwe mazuva nomuzogera nobikira baba kumba ndokuenda basa allow you to do that kana kuti moti isusu zvokuya kuharare kana kuti kwamutare kana kuti kukadoma kwamati mavhura campus ndiri kusanya kuti kumaruzevha kumatonyunya handikwanisi kueko asi pachikoro pandiri headmaster vatitogona kupai lecture room yakadai ende tava 15 tinokwana kuita degree redu ratoda tose rakafanana chitouya tokufundisa ikoko maticha tomatsvaga ikoko kana mune mamasters enyu panapa makutoverenga maphd in and around Kadoma ndimi maticha ecampus yemukana because hatiuine maticha parari handiva kuti azvinzwisisa but to teach in a university you have to have a PhD. To teach in a university, you have to have a PhD. Dr. Bono, Dr. Ferre, Dr. Ayo. But it knows what it affected 2008, 2009, the brain drain, and it when I think that was when it. Sakama machine, when my master's out, as well as PhD. So PhD is not a job. But one pays after 8 years, vachingo vereka, vachingo kweshana varimo. Saka vese vawa process, or vakatoenrolla, vakatotanga, they can also be recruited to teach. Saka kuharare kunenge kungouya munhu ari kukucoordinata nokumeka sure that issues of quality control nechi, but my lecturers nevacharana ma-offices are in and around Kadoma. Handipapo zvaatiri. And then in terms of governance, tataura kuti university is owned through a trust deed. Trust deed ndori nema-board of trustees. Kune ma-founders vari vaviri nemamwe madzimai 5 anongobvawo anopiwa matemawo 3 years 6 years vobuda asi ava vaviri vanoramba vari because ndo varidzi vechinhu ichika anditi vachiona kuti vision yavo ikuenda mberi and their vision was to address gender disparities and foster equity in university education. Because 1980 wainda kuUZ unowana chikoro chine vana 10,000 madzimai pane 5. Saka ndiyo addressing disparity yatiri kutaura kuti ngatiite 50-50 pauniversity pazvotangira ikoko musati maenda kuparliament. Nokuti kana moenda kuparliament muchiti moda 50-50 asi munowana varume 50 vane madegree inimi mabai nemunda negrade 2 makudhibheta makungoswera muchisekwa makagara pachera pfungwa dzadii yeah. So that's the main mandate, to address gender disparities and foster equity in university education. And our target, yakasiyana nana UZ nana MSU, because this university is meant for that woman and the 15% men who missed out. So you find the age group is 25 years and above. Class yenu yakadaiso, ya mchawana. Amuno nyari kuti zvino mwana wangu form 6 yandakagara padhuze naye ndingafunda ini. You see? So you find average 45, 30. The oldest graduate rate was 76 years old. Mbuya munongi ani makavaona takavabudisa mumanewspaper tikavashambadza chaizvo chaizvo. Because vakati ndaishuvirawo kupfeka iyo yaheti. Saka chero zvangu ndisisine nechikoro asi degree ndinorinda. So this university is yours. Hapana age, hapana zvokuti nguva, hapana zvokuti mari, hongu mari inoshaikwa. Asi tinofighta maisa dzanongokuudza kuti gono mai ava vanonyora exam kuti mari yavo uchaiwana kupi, I don't know. Saka ndinozomanya kumakampani ndichitsvaga mascholarship ndichiita sei kuti mudzimai uyu anyore nokuti maisa dzavo kana mangoenrola chete hamuchadropi. Kana maita dambudziko remari rinotariswa one kuti problem yako ndeyei, because this is a private university owned by those two ladies through a trust. Saka hatina chechi inotipa mari, hatina hurumende inotipa mari, asi tiri kufighta issue yewomen empowerment through university education. So for governance, there is board of trustees up there who are like the shareholder, varidzi vechikoro. Then we have a council, because kumastage dzakatatu university yakafomewa through a trust deed. Saka vakupiwa chitamba kuti chivhura university, vanopiwa inonzi charter. Ndio certificate, just like your company registration, kuti chivhura university. So the charter is statutory instrument 130 of 2004. Inotengwa as a public document, then go and buy it and have it if you want to see what is in it. As kana tavhura office vanenge vachida, we can give you my copies nasatina kutaura. So the charter ndio inozobudisa manje governance issues, but there is the board up there which is the owner of the university, and it is chaired by Dr. Chu. Then we have the council, which is chaired by any member Nengas will select a member, because council, it comes from different sectors of the industry to look at my programs. Agriculture, engineering, information technology. But you sit down council when you have 3-year terms twice, so you can serve the council for 6 years. Anyone can sit in the council. In the Zatari campus in Kadoma, it means Kadoma will say, okay, stood down a million on council. Na mai ningika na mabani ngi. Shido zvenyu zvichidi zvichitariswa imomo. That's the governance issue. So we have the board, we have the council, and then tinainonzi the executive committee of council. Inochaiwa nani na vice chancellor Professor Sat. Was chero vari muridzi weuniversity, especially kurana vega chinhu chavo kuti vamake sure kuti the women empowerment agenda is happening. Really? So far mafaculties nema programs atinawo tine matatu. We open my faculties as the need arises, because this university was established for a purpose. To narrow the gap from a decision-making positions, and it tinotarisa futi kuti ndekupi kuri kushomeka madzimai, ndekupi kuri important kuti madzimai apinde, degree rototangwa, because tiri kuda kutraina for leadership positions, atisi kutraina kunotsvaka basa. Toda kuti uite CEO, uite permanent secretary, uite ambassador. Really? So mafaculties atinawo so far tine matatu. Tine faculty of management and entrepreneurial sciences yamuri kuona apa. Nemadegree ayo akawanda wanda aripo kuti akusvika kuPhD kozvino. You can enroll for PhD with us. There are different things that you can choose. Tine also faculty of social and gender transformative sciences. Look, I'm not one education, mama, and psychology, and sociology. At the moment, no particular house that degree. As teachers of Buddha, greater faculty, all the sciences. That means the clinical need to be free. No particular house of food for the time being as a surrogate mother, degree ICT. As teachers of Buddha, faculty, and then we also have the Faculty of Agricultural Sciences. Iyo iri kuitikira kumarondera kune main campus yedu ndo patine farm 285 hectares where we are supposed to build the main campus. But because we are women's university in Africa, we have to open my campuses across Africa. But Varizwe University, we cannot go across Africa to start to feed them a province. Without Tangatameka, Mazimai, Zimbabwe are empowered. Then we go across Africa. We are now in Zambia and Malawi, but through open and distance learning. So we have my affiliates. My affiliates, they are very important. Because mchanzi Maturachi University City Fathers, Maturachi University Madzibanchi, mukachiunza muno misho chi ndinogona unoshanda ku America. Mazwana, this issue of accreditation the issue of credibility. My affiliates, we are an affiliate of what is called International Association of Universities. My university ASA Pasirino, over 600 universities. Any association here. So I am a member of that association. Not it a benchmark in terms of quality, in terms of credibility. And the founder, Redu Mainsat, has been a member of the board of that association. And was in my members, they board 30 throughout the world. She has served here 2 terms in that board. And this is what that is about. We are also a member of the Association of African Universities. Africa Yose Pasirino University and Association here. We so to remember him. Our queen cannot meet my requirements, equality. Because it doesn't mean to be in 40 years. Makunzi ngoya ichero msina 5 levels. Kana tingoita izvakati. Yes, vari kuvanika vasina ma 5 levels. But tinotanga tavaitisa anonzi ma bridging courses, especially ku mathematics. Because madzimai akawanda maths havana. Saka tinoita 1 semester muchita inonzi bridging course. Kuti mutange mamita ma entry requirements musati ma register for a degree. Then Zimbabwe tine inonzi ZUFCA. We now have about 15 universities. We are a member for that. And then 3 members of quite a number of professional bodies, dzinoindirana nema degree atiri offer. You cannot operate as a psychologist or graduate apedi usiri affiliated with association nema psychologists, usiri affiliated with Nurses Council. So we become a member of all those bodies. Kuti vacheke kuti ma degree atiri offer ari kumita here ma standards. Tatsanangura mainzwa kuti university credible inoita zvido zvemadzimai. Vana below 25 avarashwi vanoenroliwa ende ndo vakawanda maskati vanouya na80 kusvika na5. Asi mandate yedu ndeye 25 years and above. For that woman who missed out and the 15% men. My campuses here, like I said, we are in Mutare, we are in Marondera, no the main campus. Mukaverenga chata yedu statutory instrument yandataura ya 1/3 of 2004. Inototaura kuti Women's University in Africa located at Marirangwe Farm in Ruzawi, Marondera. That's the main campus. Parliament kana chidebate inenge chiti huwa iri kumarondera. But my satellite campuses edu tinotaura kuti taakukadoma taakwakati taakwakati. So we are in Mutare, Marondera, Harare, Bulawayo, and now Kaduna. Then in terms of most training, I think that our put in Mogon of Yamaskat, Maneru, and Chakot. My impact, you know well about my NGO, it's not easy to measure. So I just tell at the moment, Tabu Fala measure, no good 7,900 graduates from 2005 first graduation ceremony. But that 7.9, 6,012 are females. So and most of those graduates are leadership positions. We cannot safely account with a degree ambassador, but we are proud to say we graduated. Air Marshal Perenshi is our graduate. Naim Duru, our former vice president, is our graduate. Vanafungisa Marshal musicians are our graduates. You know that, isn't it? Sungi Ungwe, our former deputy minister for health, is our graduate. My ambassador, and the Chaveri Tinyaka Wanda graduate. He is our graduate. Sada applaud kuti taunza university singanyadzisi yavane vanhu vanotaurika kuti uyari apo graduate uyari apo graduate. That's as far as women's investment in Africa is concerned. That's where we are, and we intend to penetrate other African countries as to make sure that our women in Zimbabwe has been catered for. Now, Mr. Vere asked me to talk about financial freedom. And we are now saying, women's invest in Africa. Inobatira papi kuti muchiita financial freedom. Because financial freedom, if I'm to define it in a simple way, it is when you have enough not to need anymore. And that's financial freedom. You can sleep. You can go to Mauritius for a holiday. Mauritius, it still continues to win. When you have financial freedom, you pay yourself first. But after all other deductions, outside of financial freedom, was each of two months and so financial freedom, you should have enough not to need anymore. But how do you attain that financial freedom? Unfortunately, I found a flip chart. Financial freedom is in like a framework where you have 3 key issues. The most important issue is for you to have that willpower. If you don't have that willpower, if you don't have that willpower, it will never happen. That's step number 1 in financial freedom. Step number 2 is financial education. Financial education. Financial education, you can never get it in a formal school. That's where you come in like this forum, particularly seminars, sharing our stories. Life history. It's not that different from mine. My father died in 1975. I was only in grade 3. My father is Malawi. In the most of the right, my son is this. Right, can I go around Zimbabwe? Very sure. One father, one mother. I'm number 7. So the unfortunate part of it, my father was hit by a car, 1975, and then he died. In grade 3 till 9. But the issue I told myself in my inner heart, now that I'm alive, because when I'm going to talk about my life, I can spend the whole day talking about it, was if I'm to be married and have kids, they should never experience the life I went through. Till 9, in number 7. So to cut the story short, yes, I got married. Yes, I have 3 kids, and they've never gone through the life I went through. But you are never a teacher, and which is what we don't have. Sevan Matema. Mukatari some business people are tangati now before independence. I'm sure we can't even get one to say, come on, bus Ramazan. Come on, bus Rapatenda, I didn't know what my shop and so on. Because we did not know how to impart that culture. And Mwana inherita millions amaina baba. 1 year down the line, nothing. Because hana willpower. This is financial freedom. and hatina kumupa that guidance yekuti aite develop that willpower ye-financial freedom. Already. Saka that there is that financial education aspect. And then there is the implementation aspect, because I'm going to explain in detail what that financial education inculcates for you then to be able to acquire financial freedom. Because as long as you don't have the willpower, as long as you don't have the financial education, you can't have the financial freedom because you don't know the road to walk. And that is the normal framework for normal economies. You have to have that three-tier framework. But for Zimbabwe, because our economy is not normal, we are going to add one leg, the environment or conditions of financial freedom. Because how many times have we had our pensions? So we have to have mass systems, as you said, Mr. Mabanga, what President Ramaphosa said. But we need to have efficient institutions to manage our economies. And we also have to have mass systems are effective to allow someone who intends to have financial freedom to operate. As I'm going to give you my steps then to go through that financial freedom. You will see, if you are going to save Maria Ushiti by next year, I want to start this project. And then younger my yes, Mangwana Yava Bera check, Mangwana Yava RTGS. It means Apana Taita. So that's the other fourth leg. The ideal three steps for you towards financial freedom. And then what we are also saying, the environment aspect, you will find that as long as we have the willpower, even when we look at our environment, RTGS, who are still working towards financial freedom. And what you know, strive masiwa, waba up. Because you can now manage to sponsor 40 kids to do something. It means he now has more. Mangwana achieve $5. And which one can achieve. Because he now has more than what he needs to financial freedom. So when you have financial freedom, what you should understand to have what is called, or to have enough than what you need. You can't have that in one source of income. When you read literature, you should have plus or minus 7 line items, the sources of income. You cannot rely on one source of income and then you say you are going to lead a life in you also need money anymore with one line item. You can't. And we are going to learn how we say it's not possible. Because we said you should have financial education. And financial education, you cannot have it in a formal university like this one. But this university can be your launch pad. Katicha teachers, accounting, human resources, project management, and pass some idea to open your mind. But the invest cannot open your mind to have that willpower to say, we are together. So among some of the line items, the income you can have. You should have 7 line items. You can have 2, but it's never offshoots. You can have a manufacturing company, and it manufacture, what can you do? Just manufacture cement, and you can have a wing, value addition of that cement. What one is 2 business line items. This is the and wealth. yemunhu anonzi ane financial freedom, it should be legal wealth. Hatidi kunzwa zvekuti tanoita a decent name hatisina minor or kana kuti tanoita ma blood diamonds. You cannot say your financial freedom because ucharara uchimbofunga kuti hey ndikateverwa nhasi nemabasa. Are you free then? So it has to be appropriate legal income. Where you declare your taxes, it's fine, you don't get their taxes. But the only difference is that they are not getting my money first. I pay them when I want to. When you have financial freedom, you pay yourself first. But when you don't have financial freedom, you have the last. That's why your salary becomes the worst source of income. What salary you do to much mangana mukawaida basi. Kana mfano na age kwa mtu Brazil. Ndio na mkana age kwa na pia. So it is a source of income, but it is the waste when you want to be financial. So kana ni financial freedom. Some of the line items you can have are those ones. You can have my royalties. You can write my visa. And when you have financial freedom, I said your team will continue to ring even when you are sleeping. Ukaona wakarara mari haisipinda mumwiri hausati. You can also have my rentals. Yes, some of your profits income. Those who receive your rentals, some of the you're paying yourself extra. You can have your dividends. That's what you get my taxes out, but in my shares. Mari lukupinda wakarara yemashares company akatenga mashares eRegomani. Vakumana vatombozivikana kuti mine manager vaitenga kana mukadzi waita accident asi mari yavo ishandika. You can have interest income zvemabonds zviya. You can have profit income amabusiness. Saka profit income you can also have capital gains. Capital gains is not really a source of income because normally when you dispose of assets and you realize that asset ndio ndio kanuni mali liability chibudisa asi vanatema kuti when I'm buying an asset it's supposed to generate money no pina mbona asi unaona nishiti ndawana wale nasi ndakutenga Lamborghini. Is that a wise business decision for someone who wants to have status in financial? Those Lamborghini is going to be liability that it gets higher to local. There's no part of the transportation and pollution is at the price. If you elect a Gaza, you tell what such time you tell where the class besides the water bill. But the mama countries, the time you can buy it besides the car, so to the license fees. So it becomes a Gaza. It becomes a liability. When you want to go towards financial freedom, you should have actually invest. And I want the next slide. On the next slide, we said that's why there is a companionship. It's part of your Malay 7 line items. The salary. We said it is the worst source of income because they are going to be paid last. Zimra ya Padaro paid NI. NASA ya Tora Maria 811 Tora Maria can only Malone somewhere added that. So you will always be like that miserable. Battery Rato Pera Magota. So when you want to go towards financial freedom, you want to have a salary after graduating women's in Western Africa, a Bachelor of Accounting, midwifery as a launch pad. So it means when you receive your salary, give yourself a target. You put, okay, should I put $10 per every $100 I earn? And give yourself a target to say, okay, maybe in 6 or so many months, I want to have started something like this. And then you start growing. My projects are not generator. Maria unozvibhadhara iwe kutanga usati wabhadhara umwe munhu. That's financial freedom. Next slide. Then we said women's university in Africa cannot train you. Aina program yekukutraina because it's not uniform. Rwendo runofambwa kuti uve financial freedom. It's situational. And it's about your willpower. So you can only learn that in Mafora Academy. So all other organizations which are here, you can now partner with Women's University in Africa. Tishitama seminars academy, my workshops academy, to give you that financial education, you know, to guide that towards financial freedom. That financial education, you can only learn it from those people who have walked the journey. I've given you my example. That's the only African I got who is one of the wealthiest in Africa. Dangote. Have you heard about Dangote Group? The Nigerian guy. By March 2019, he is worth 10.6 billion. In 2015, he was worth 25 billion. But because he has gone into oil and gas, fluctuating prices, a company here, oil and gas, it brought him down to 10.6. But still, he can sleep. Maybe around 10.6 billion. Anachiva varuvaira 1 million those are the practical. So if you want to go the route to freedom, you need to learn from people who are further ahead. So I invite Japanese network, come and tell us your story. Because some are saying, and at times you don't even need to invite him. With technologies, use the internet, Google, you see his video talking about it. For him, his father died when he was still very young. At 19, that's when he lost his father. Sarah grandfather worked Dangote. And he was fortunate enough, his father was rich, he was wealthy. We don't want to use rich, well, he was wealthy. And he sent him to one of the best universities in Egypt, Ali Halman, where he did his business programs. But he grew up our Muna, not only that entrepreneurial love, passion. I want to be my own person. He was getting everything. He could have said, no, but as he was at the university, I joined and his retreat. She because he didn't want to get money from his grandfather. And then towards his graduation, he said to his grandpa, please can you borrow me $3,000? And his grandfather gave him that money. He didn't ask why. So he didn't need any money anymore. So he can dish it out. He gave him the $3,000. And you know what he did with the $3,000? He was buying sugar from Brazil, buying rice from Thailand, and selling it to the community in Nigeria, not even in a shop, in my communities. And within 3 months, he managed to give back his grandfather the $3,000. And he grew that business. He opened a plant, in Equita Sugar. Now he have Dangote Sugar Refiners. He opened a manufacturing company, cement. Now he has Dangote Cement. Now he has about 4 big businesses. But amongst his empire, he commands 1/4 of the Nigerian stock exchange. Akaposora Nigeria, everything dies. Do you know the financial freedom? tisatarisa pamakumbo zvanhasi namangwana. You know the financial freedom. That's the African I wanted to use an example. Yes, when I see you, I should find out then we have our Jeff Bezos. Because formal school is not the one that willpower to meet this wealth. You have to have the willpower. And you work on it. Next slide. Mark Zuckerberg. And the Facebook get two skeletons at each one of this. I see he's making money. But Facebook is just the face of his empire. Yes. He has all other sources of income towards his empire. That's Jack Ma. You know Jack Ma? There was someone who was saying, look what am I making? The repeater said, huh? That's financial freedom of that man, which Alibaba, I do not take an e-commerce. And you see how much he's worth? As of this year, one is 39.9 billion. Matumaya anaenda kutenga zile China. Msumisa kama China. That's Bill Gates. Bill Gates from Microsoft. He has all other businesses. Konati is now donating Kunana Global Health, malaria, whatever. Because actually, malaria one is actually needy. But he is satisfied himself from that willpower. Next slide. So what I was saying, can you go back to that slide? What I was saying is that they can afford to sleep while the till continues to rain. The concept is financial freedom. Next slide. Like I said, you do not have to be physically attached to this tried and tested wealth creation groups. You just have to read about them. You just have to Google Mateti talks out, Mashita presentation, Mashita when wow. Masiwa has done it. You saw him last year, he was at Ventia Obama. He was talking about how he started even battling in getting the license here economy to Islam. But where he is now, he can sleep comfortably. And you can also be committed yourself, not anybody else. It's about yourself. Then you can also attend such gatherings. And Tatoziva kuti kuva rich no kuva wealth are two different things. Next slide. We said you should read about them. And we said you should research about them. I just gave you one example. There is the writer called George Samuel Clason, who wrote a book in 1926, which I said a must-read financial Bible if you want to have that financial freedom. Another slides, and we can get them from Mr. Veredo. So this George Samuel, he wrote about the richest men in Babylon, where they are dramatizing this road to financial freedom. You remember we said financial education. These 7 steps, this is the financial education. The slide, the other comes over that I will go deeper and down, who may not go deeper and So we said he dramatized these parables in the Bible using a name called Akkad. And he gave it, he said 7 cures for a lean pace. But those are the 7 steps, the financial education leading you to financial freedom. And the starting point, he used the parable, he start thy pace to fatten me. And that is also like degree, Bachelor of Accounting, Science, honors degree. Wakunoshanda bank backlist wakuena your salary. And wakustata kutanga kuti hai kamari yangu yandiripiwa every month I want to save 10%, we are fattening the person. So that's the launchpad. But you have your goal, what is your plan, what you want to do, where you want to go. So the starting point is to have that culture of saving. Yes, that fourth leg here, the environment here does not allow us to save. So it means you need again to say, okay, in this kind of an environment, how can I save to ensure that I still have my resources to start that project. So that's your step number one in your journey for financial freedom. And we said, the next paragraph we used was to control thy expenditure. It means you are now very careful. Okay, can I be 10% down the on my road for financial freedom? I'll have that discipline with Andy Bati, Chironica Zonzara Akadi, Chironica Pura Panema Faro Akadi. And it means that discipline you now really need to have it. That's step number 2. Step number 3, make thy gold multiply. And it haingarambi yakagara kakuya kwawaisa kuya. Takuda kuziva kuti pawadzoka nayo, pawaichengeta wazoita sei. We said tango takanovhura sugar refinery. Asadzosera chikwere changu chaseku. Mari yedu yakudi yakutotanga kubereka. Masources ake of income akutotanga kudi kuspread. And then when you are making that gold multiply, you are not just jumping into certain businesses that was not sure. You need to have, again, your networks. You talked about networks. Vanhu vari kuzvaraunda navo vanokubetsera here muzvinhu zvaunoda kuita. In that story, Amkat, he gave an example yekuti the guy who had been given money to start a business. His business was going very well. He kept his 10% aside. And then when it came now, the time yekuti Abda Utanga project yake, he gets this merchant who is a builder who goes to buy something outside the country. But he sends this builder to go and buy jewelry for resale. So the advisor said, oh, you are stupid. You give a builder to go and buy jewelry. I know Zive is a jeweler. Huh? Why didn't you go to a jeweler? Or why didn't you research about jewelers? So again, when you make those decisions, you should be careful on what you are doing. Or while join this one on the money scheme, you are changing the money for the and it goes down the drain. So it's an issue of discipline, it's an issue of diligence, it's an issue of monitoring your expenses and living within your means. Eating what you kill. And then the fourth step is to guard thy treasure. How to guard your treasure? You also make sure that my decisions are because you fall down and start afresh. But time anybody, and then make that dwelling a profitable investment. You can get money to my rentals, where you can invest in the properties. I heard somebody talking about into real estate. It becomes a line item for your incomes or a profit-making project where you pay yourself first. Then ensure a future income. You have to ensure your income and make sure you don't lose it, and then increase thy ability to earn. Where you then increase offshoots. Have you heard about Richard Branson? Virgin Airways, hotels. You see him in an ocean. So I have given an example here, Richard Branson. If you look at his Instagram or his Facebook page or his Twitter handle, you'll find that I know post time photos. I actually enjoy every day ocean because he has earned it and he worked for it and he is committed to that agenda and he is disciplined to follow what he said. This is what I want to do. which is what you were saying. We are not disciplined to do what we said, this is what we want to do. We always change our goalposts. So, unless we bring them to this lesson, maybe it will change. So, Mr. Vere, we have an agenda to give them this education. Next slide. This was just another example, which I was just giving you to understand the financial education, which can then lead you to financial freedom. And by The Richest Man in Babylon, by George Clason. So there is this other one. You can go and research and read about it. No harm in looking at your money or your life by Vicky Robin and Joe Dominguez, the FIRE concept. The FIRE concept are acronyms: financial independence, retire early. So this one is just a movement very interested that willpower to be independent financially. But vakauya neconcept yavo yokuti I will say inini ndiri kuda kungoshanda 2 years haichadishanda. So when I give myself that target, I then say, what should I do then to survive after those 2 years? So most of them, they will say, I will save 70% of my income, and I'll only work maybe for 5 years, or until my savings are 30% of my annual expenditure. That's one. Then after those 5 years, they retire. The formula is derived from my expenses against time spent at work and hours of my life. If I was supposed to retire at 65, in that 5 years, maybe in the 25 years. After I target, how much should I save so that I quit in 5 years? So when they do that, they then classify themselves under that FIRE concept. I will then just manage my expenses. I'm surviving on that money. I'm not working. Wait a minute, I'll work maybe 2 days in Shirama and Shita top up Mariam so that I will maintain my living standards. I will still want to work. Essentially, to top up my real, but no cut my hours out. And I will still have my holidays and I will go that's because I'm charging. So that's the FIRE concept. So it is still a way of leading you to financial freedom, but you then have to decide. You see, the common denominator still remains you. Next slide. So, like I was saying, who is here to walk the journey with you, whether you decide to earn a salary or be a wealthy creator. It is a tower of the key issues are a system that works, where rules and policies are consistent and they apply to everyone. Kana waba, whether we're minister or we're Michael, kana tichisungwa dose, chinosungwa, you're consistent that it's already. And the patrushma, demo apply a wese, shakafanana. Sisa zotu mwaka bamarega kutenga mabaskoro 400 million, as kuno mwaka 5 million, I should not in the Africa magets person. That system is not working. And it doesn't lead us to financial freedom. And then we say the critical step is the financial education. You know, to teach her those 7 steps. When you just follow those 7 steps, your woman dry. And then you can build your wealth and become the Bill Gates of tomorrow. And then your sources of income. Mr. Vere. Divide and justice to your topic.
Yes, thank you very much. I bought the book, Richest Man in Babylon.
Yes.
And,
by George
yes,
Samuel
yes.
Russell.
Yeah,
1926. It is still in original state.
Yes, I also have Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yes.
Yes, I think you can share that at the end of the meeting.
Yes, that one I know about it. Yes. I just give you examples within my
Soft copy.
I mean, yes, we can share with others.
Okay.
Yes, soft copy.
Soft copies.
Yes.
Interesting.
In fact, where is Madam of Education? Tine ma tailor-made program. If you had wanted us to conduct a workshop, it is tailor-made. You're not going to charge like a group like this, or we could have my sponsors, because we have a lot of funders who would want marginalized groups to have my short programs I want. So we can bring in, let's say, like EVOS, to train financial education. Maybe it's a 1 day course, a 2 day course. So that one they can pay Makwinda for free. And then, but tine ma certificates like in the Mama my ECD. Nowadays to register in ECD, we have to have that qualification to teach. I was talking to ECD Muslim. But there are those who have qualifications. So as we have come up with a program, a mass certificate. We are 6 weeks university. What training? Then Mozo assess, I think, for about 2 years. My graduate and a certificate in early childhood development. Kanamama Garamani, running ECD. Then it those different fees. I think it's about $600 for those 6 weeks. But my first degrees, I did a bachelor in accounting science and commerce per semester, which is $883 RTGS. And the semester is 6 months, so you have 2 semesters per year. So largely, especially for Nana education, my students will be my civil servants. So the universities come up with a system of payment plan, where you're not going to graduate as because now finally somebody depends on fees, but depending on the commitment that will go. The commitment is not assess or now pay individual. It will not be one payment plan at a say. But I'm going to graduate or certificate here, what we ought to be the satisfaction to the founders of the university is to empower that woman who missed out. My PhD into my 2,500 per annum. But my PhD, you do your research, I think for 1 semester, which you are my weekends in Maneru, then you do your research while we go now. My undergraduate 883 per semester. My master's 1,100 per semester. My PhD 2,500 per annum. ERTGS, you can get education, you can pay ZBB, CPZ, Starbucks, those are banks. I'm sure. ERTGS, you can get education, you can pay ZBB, CPZ, Starbucks, those are banks. I'm sure the admissions is out there, but they are ready with everything, they can give all the other teachers. Yes, sir.
Eventually, the panel immediately put one application form over the 30 years to
you remember, my parents said yes, under my list. But when you come to pay, it's they want what you have.
Saka
I said RTGS, you have the RTGS. Saka maninga what Saka printer kawan. machine. And then Taramkadoma, Tatikusaruzai Community Service Center. My short courses, you can start running them. Emma, we would want to partner with you and do my short courses, Emma artisanal miners. We don't want a repeat of the battlefields. So you can contact us. Our campus is now there to polish up and branding. After we have a company, we have some billboards. And we have we come with a bag. All right. What we were doing now, we were engaging my stakeholders. And for example, I picked Emma, one of the interested parties in those issues. And then we also get to go to my association, the Emma Miners, SMEs, these are some of the short courses that you know going to try kuti munomaketa sei business renyu, munorilocata sei business renyu, munoripackagea sei products. And because it's also about even sadza richishata mukati kuti rakaiswa muchipepa isunga pa even ndisina kuvhura ndakutoda the way yauri packaged. So it is also a selling point, but zvese izvozvo zvinogona kuitwa 1 day 2 day short courses. Atinongoitira ipapo makaungana semadzimai kaunganidzana kuti sitoda kuti twa zvakati tinotouya hanzi tiri ma-sevens.
Let's give Madam wonderful presentation.
We also appreciate for giving us this opportunity. We are now here. I hope all of you got my business card. Any issues, continue. I like 24 hours. On WhatsApp, you can ask if there are any other issues that we can answer.
Yeah, we will provide a digit group, the Premium Business Network International. Kana musipo pa group tichaku to join it everyone feel attendance register. With networking, you are good as you as an individual, but you can be better through networking. So we are moving forward as an organization. We have talks with the women university in Africa, so that we sign an MOU, so that the organization Premium Business Network International, as we move into each and every town in Zimbabwe, we also provide short courses in association with women's university in Africa. So what a big
we are also joining the network at the university, so that we also sit on your platform.
Excellent, excellent. What a nice move. We do not want to waste time. We can have a closing prayer from someone. Thank you so much for coming, for gracing this occasion. I want to thank the DA, Zimra officials, Women's University in Africa as our guest speaker, Mr. Maishiri from Barclays, being first in Barclays, Dr. Lincoln Mabanga, the President of Zimbabwe National Business Council, and the Chairperson of Kadoma Economic Development Chamber, Mrs. Joe, the Director of Finance, Local Authority here, Mr. Mangwengwende, no one, you're the Director of Central Administration and the Chamber Secretary. The new party that has been formed, the President, okay, you are honored and recognized.
Our President is Linda Masario.
Okay. We recognize you, Doris, you come with so that the business is enriched each and every day. When we meet, we learn new things. Saka ngati ndinokunyanya kutenda ine kuya cheramba chita workshops aya tichakuzivisa ine mafoni wari pa WhatsApp tinokudisira pa group basi pa WhatsApp cheta zvekufona ndinonyanya kutenda ine izvozvo Mr. my homeboy Mr. Derera Kumbirai, Mr. Maita Basa. I think my name is all represented here. kuti ngativharwe nemunamato titonge group photo takamira apa tibva taenda hedu ngati tingavharwa nemunamato from someone akasununguka. We have got a pastor in our midst. Let us call him as a pastor kuti muvhare nemunamato.
Kutendai nenguva yakafanira yamatitendera kubva pano. Vabada kutendai neumwe nemumwe wamapa mukana wekupresenta everything Jehovah. Baba tinokutendai nezita neropa raJesu kunyange nenyasha dzachengeta vafamba. Baba tinoti imi Mwari munotaura mushoko renyu kuti munoropafadza pakupinda mugoropafadza napakubuda. Baba tinotenda kuti taropafadzwa nezvatanzwa nezvatasheya. For thy word says, Jehovah, where there is unity, there is power. Where there is oneness, there is your presence. Lord, we thank you for what you have shared. Lord, we even thank you for those you have brought here, my God. In the mighty name of Jesus, lead us, let your grace and your mercy lead us from our respective places. Lord, we thank you as we are going to meet again in your presence, in your grace. May the glory and honor be unto your name forever and ever. Amen.
Hello viewers, my name is Kudzanai Vere, the founder and executive president of Premium Business Network International. We were gathered here today at the Odyssey in Kadoma. We had a workshop whereby we deliberated on ways that can liberate people from poverty and abject misery. Our topic was the best ways to financial freedom. We had our guest speaker, Mrs. Gona from the Women's University in Africa, and we also had some wise words from Mr. Linton Mabanga, who happens to be the president of Zimbabwe National Business Council and the Kadoma Economic Development chairperson here. The event was graced by council officials. We had Mrs. Joe, Director of Finance from the council. We had Mr. Mangwengwende, who happens to be the Director of Central Administration, and Mr. Masembura also attended the function. Mr. Masembura is the acting housing director of the local authority. It was a wonderful event, and we had a good number of business people who come through. We had some from Mondoro Ngeze there who came to grasp ways that they can use to help their businesses grow, and also helps themselves exonerate themselves from the abject poverty and misery. It was indeed a wonderful event. It was indeed a wonderful event. We do these workshops each and every month. We started in 2017, and we intend to spread into each and every town in Zimbabwe before we cross borders to other countries.
Hello viewers, my name is Noresti Nyagambiri from Lebrenda Construction, but I am also a board member of Premium Business Network. We are here today at Odyssey. I just want to share a bit about premium business. I do believe that if you have the chance to join this group, it will benefit much, especially to those who want to be in business. You cannot be in business without network. The best way to grow your business is the right time to network with the Premium Business Network. I am a testimony of this business group. As I already said that I'm a board member. I'm benefiting much of the things that is happening, especially in these workshops that is being done through various workshops and various venues. I thank the president of the Premium Business Network for putting much effort to grow and to change our city, Kadoma, through business networking. We are benefiting because each and every workshop we attend, we are being networked to different people. So I think if you join this, it will be very good for you to be in this group. I think.
kunoshanda vachipiwa mari ndavaona vana venyu